Hello! Welcome back to College Boy Taisen, the technically Thanksgiving special. But, we're here just normal.
Yep.
We're talking about normal stuff,
Tyson.
average stuff.
I mean, you know, there is some stuff that we could start with.
There's something. But, by the time this comes out, it'll probably be past Thanksgiving. So we hope here at the podcast. Yeah, you had a happy Thanksgiving. You got to celebrate the things you were grateful for. Like what are we grateful for, Jacob?
Grateful for the podcast.
Be grateful to us.
Hopefully,
when you sat around the table with your family,
you just start playing this,
and they're like, Sonny and or daughter and or whatever you want to go by and identify with. What are you thankful for this year? And you say CBT. I'm thankful for CBT.
This is what you do. You drop this podcast on during Thanksgiving dinner. And eventually something we say will get someone riled up. Either it'll be an opinion on tokusatsu, or it'll just be the fact that you're playing this podcast at Thanksgiving dinner, right?
I'm thankful
and it'll cause the greatest argument ever, I would say.
I'd say I'm thankful for a lot of things. I'm thankful for the Revice movie coming out. We get to see that now. We battle Familia. I didn't watch the Raw, but I know it's out.
I did some skimming because I'm impatient, but
what else is there to really be thankful for in such a tokusatsu world? There's always Decker. Decker's always coming out.
There's always Decker, baby.
There's always Decker.
Thankful for Don Bros.
Thankful for Ukiyo Ace.
Thankful for Ukiyo Ace.
Thankful for 480p Ultraman.
480p Ultraman. We'll get to that. Thankful for... I was going to segue into something, but I don't know if it's a good segue.
Go ahead. Let's see how it works.
I'm thankful for Power Rangers, and more specifically, I think we have to talk about it. I feel like we have to bring it up. I'm thankful for the impact of the dearly departed Jason David Frank.
Tommy Oliver, the Mighty Morphin Green, Mighty Morphin White, Zeo Red, Turbo Red,
Dino Thunder Black.
I almost said Dino Fury. Dino Thunder Black.
Lord Draken, the White Dragon. No, but seriously, that was a little jokey, but no, I'm so sad, man. Like,
yeah,
rest in peace.
That entire day just had such a thin veil of dread. It was a really tough day, and honestly, even after waking up the next day, it was still crazy.
It's been, and the fact that like new people keep saying something about it, like it is. Like, I just retweeted. I saw Cartoon Network put something out a day ago, and, like, that is so sweet of them. They didn't have to do that, but it is nice of him, and, like, seeing all these other people, like, what's his face?
Mans was an Impact.
Man was, he was the OG Impact. But, like,
he changed the game. When Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was first starting, and everyone's like, man, this heat. It was crazy back in the 90s, and they were damn. All of a sudden, this sixth guy came in. He has his own little like version of the Morpher. He has his own Zord that doesn't need to combine with the other ones.
He's got a theme song.
He's got a flute.
He's got a flute that sounds like a trumpet.
And arguably, you can say that Tommy existing has impacted both Power Rangers and Sentai in some ways.
I mean, I said it on Twitter, but look at Dora Goku, man. Like, that is like the pinnacle of a Tommy like reference if I've ever seen one. Like, it might not be on purpose, but you can't tell me they were like not looking at Dragon Ranger and Kiba Ranger and going, nah, there's something there. with this Tommy guy. Maybe these Americans were onto something, you know?
You know, he was technically an Akiba Ranger. As the powerful Rangers.
Oh, yeah! He was in that twice, actually. Because Dragon Ranger and Kiva Ranger. That's funny, actually. No, it's sad.
May you rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Sure, us here at College Boy Tyson, mental health matters. Men's mental health matters.
It just hurts, man. It really does.
Hug somebody a little longer today. If you're listening to this, pause it right now. Go hug somebody. If you can't hug somebody, I'll give you a hug.
Hug the podcast.
Hug the podcast.
I will also say I saw some people saying, why are they monetizing this? This isn't monetized, I'm pretty sure, so don't worry about that.
I did not make
probably
any
wouldn't
money.
be in Admittedly, I don't know if this will be, I don't know if the Tommy thing will be in the title, but I mean,
we are college broke, Tyson.
That might be the new move if we ever never mind, I can't say that joke. I'm not gonna go there.
Ultimately, I would like to together. I would like to do some kind of Tommy episode, whether it's us like talking about the '95 movie or like his best episodes or something.
We got it. That'd be so much fun, actually.
I'm down to do any of that.
Might have to do a Tommy marathon. Get Sentai 5 on here. Get Tay on here.
Tommy Jason Davis Frank legacy is all a part of the big range of tokusatsu, and he would want us to keep enjoying such a great medium, with inspiring superheroes and heroic figures like a funny fox man that betrays everybody. And today we're just talking about Kamen Rider Geats episode 11, the Jamada Labyrinth thing.
I don't actually know what the title of this episode was.
Jacob, what did you think about episode 11?
I gotta say, this might have been my favorite episode so far.
Really now?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. And yeah. No, sorry.
That DMC reference go crazy, huh?
I was just playing that. I was passing the time, but no, I thought everything was on point. I thought the plot was on point. Action especially was on point. I love the group transformation we got. Obviously, Fever's debuted, but we'll get to that. That was good. And just, I don't know.
We got a couple lore drops.
Something was the lore in this episode, man.
We got a couple lore drops. The pacing of the episode was quite nice.
It didn't feel weird like last episode, but I think last episode was kind of dealing with the fact that they had to reset up the whole Grand Prix
basically
idea.
the beginning of the next arc.
Yeah, but this was a good episode.
I was scared that it was going to go start into like a little streak of weird episodes, but they found their footing again. They know what they want to do.
Yeah, it was very quick and I don't know. It's I don't know. It was just good, honestly. It's hard to actually properly say anything because I just enjoyed it. I was yeah.
I definitely have a couple things on my mind I want to talk about. Bring up questions. How do you feel about the overall the twist mainly of what it means to lose?
I think that's
you lose your desires and you kind of just don't do that anymore.
I think it's kind of interesting because it's sort of
because we talked about that last episode of there has to be a reason they're focusing on Keiwa like this.
Yeah. I think it's weird because it's sort of I don't know. How do I word this? It's weird because we already know the Desire Grand Prix can warp reality, but the fact that it can warp you even if you lose is kind of crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the extent too.
Yeah.
Because Neon said oh, I lost, and I forgot every time I ran away, and I forgot the entirety of my influencer career.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's this is looking deep into it, but I wonder if that means it genuinely resets everything, so a person can go through their whole life, like Keiwa can go through his whole life without his want of world peace or something. You know what I mean?
I was say the Keiwa without because beforehand. Everyone was still making the jokes oh, Keiwa's the straight man in the group. Even though he's just really caring about world peace. But without that, he's just genuinely, like, the most average person alive.
So
he's just there.
I wonder if it's, like, you just lose the desire at that point in your life, or it's legitimately, it's erased from your entire personality.
So that makes me think about certain things. Like, question 1. Is the Pan a normal guy now?
He's gotta be just a dude now. He still got hit by the bus, but still.
He's just a loser. Or maybe he forgot about being hit by the bus. Maybe they made him forget. Maybe he's just like, yeah, I like my classmates now.
Mary forgot about his gambling addiction.
Wait, why am I being arrested? What did I do? So I kind of do like that twist. And that kind of leads me...
That means Gibson forgot about his son!
I always throw out my weird theories that never come true here.
Of course.
So I'm gonna based off this, I kind of have a theory about what's gonna happen at the end of the show, or at least maybe at some point, maybe of like the fall before the final form. I feel like either before the final form debut or at the end of the show is like the finale, someone else is going to win the Grand Prix aside from Ace, like the first person ever to win aside from Ace. And so theoretically, Ace remembers all of his wishes. So in my head, if he just lost, does he forget everything that happened? Like every single wish, every single desire he had.
There's no... Hold on. I'm sorry. Not to cut... There's no way scans are coming out right now as we're recording an episode.
Fuck. No way.
Anyways, we could talk about that later. There's only this one picture that Chris sent me. But anyways, what was I gonna say? No, I think that's 100% an option now, with the way they set that up. Like, there's no reason they would tell us that unless it's going to, like, be relevant for, like, you know, like like something relating to Ace. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is relevant because, like, you know, it affected Kawa and it affected Nago, like the other two main...
Oh! Sorry, I saw the leak. Oh, no! I don't know about this one. You
gotta put it on screen so people like...
Is that a lightsaber? Does he have a lightsaber? What is that?
Where?
Oh, no, it's just like a pole stick. Oh, wait, no, that's a pole from the side of the hell. Oh, it has, like, weird antenna on the side. Oh, I don't think this is it.
I'm trying to look at this guy on the right.
He looked like one of the motherfuckers.
Wait, is that a Buffa upgrade?
He looks like one of the dudes from Tomika Hero Rescue Force, bro.
Who's this purple guy? You see that purple guy next to him?
He looks like if Aoi
looks like a Ryo trooper.
Form. Is that... Does he have Gio's glove?
It looks like Gio's glove.
Oh, the sword. It looks bad on both Geats and Tycoon. I don't like.
I like the armor looks nice. I like the armor.
The chest piece is fine, but oh my god, that helmet's atrocious.
Why is Cinderace here?
oh my goodness. Oh.
Anyway.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
It's good. It's good. I was the one who caused it.
That boggled me. It's kind of, oh god, what are we talking about? Ace losing all of his memories.
Yes. Yeah. I think them mentioning his wish not working and the fact that if you lose your desire for that wish, I think that is 100% like, all right, I think it's like a 90% chance that happens. Like, I think that is 100% a reasonable theory to go. This will probably happen, right?
Yeah. That's like just that stuff kind of makes me think. Like, what would happen if you weren't Ace and you didn't have all these different wishes, Like if Buffa lost, like what? Like because like I thought about it of Buffa from like episode 10, where he was just kind of just a normal guy.
Yeah,
just like wonder... his wish was Kamen Rider related. So does he just like just lose his memories of the Grand Prix and that's it, like everyone else does?
It seems like to me. Well, that's actually a good question because it seemed like he was perfectly fine, right? It seemed like he was perfectly normal. So I wonder if your wish has to do with the Grand Prix. It necessarily won't affect. Well, I guess that makes sense. If your wish is something of something, like if your wish is related to the Grand Prix, you lose anyway. So it's not like it really matters. You're gonna remember the wish as soon as you come back. But if it's something like Keiwa or Nago, that affects your like outside personality. And I would assume it'd be the same for Ace, you know?
Yeah.
And the fact that it won't show up on the card, like him wanting his mom back, is something. She's probably related.
You have gotten stuff on this show. You have spoken your theories before, and a lot of the times I like to say that they're right. Thank you. I feel like last week we said something about like along the lines of the Jamato have to be like manufactured in some sort of way. Like they're too gimmicky to not be part of a game.
I feel like we said something about this. I feel like you're right.
And like I was thinking about that while watching it, and like when the game master was like, "This is not what I ordered," and like he called a guy, and it led to like this greenhouse.
The guy with the little baby.
But yeah, it's like he's So the Jamato are these like basically plant-based monsters. Like grown from plants, and they are fed the cores of dead riders.
I gotta say,
so whenever the mission fails or they get retired or something, I don't know. Maybe they go there, which makes me ask, like, is it only their driver and core that go to that guy, or do they send their body too?
Depan didn't die. He was just dropped.
That's the thing. Depan was retired, but I could have sworn his core was there.
His core is there. So I wonder. Well, did they? Maybe they just.
The Shiro's is there.
They're never bringing him back.
Which still boggles me of why he didn't get his flowers. But like, yeah, I don't know what they're playing with that man.
Maybe he'll come back. Who knows? I don't know.
So I feel like we sort of called it here on the podcast that this game is definitely rigged, and but I guess the main question, the Yuya Takahashi question is, but why though? Why do they have this giant battle royale that's rigged from the start? Like they claim it's to save humanity, but they're the ones who are setting up the missions and the monsters. Like, we're making you save humanity. We don't know where the Jamato came from, except that he knows exactly where they came from. So, like, is this, like, what, Hunger Games? The rich people are making the poor people fight for no reason?
Nago's dad is involved. That's something. I think we kind of.
If it's like, I don't know if you've seen Squid Games, Jacob.
No, I have not seen Squid Games.
There's a funny part in Squid Games. Like, it's like the big twist that, like, not only is the game so people could get like the big prize money, but there's also just like a bunch of white people that sit in a room and watch them with like these funny golden masks, and they're like, I'm betting on this guy, and like that's actually what the Squid Games are. There's just people betting. So I think it'd be kind of funny if it was just the same thing of like, I'm betting on Ace to win this time.
I could see it.
It's weird, that's all I'm thinking about right now. Just like, okay, the big twist is that they're the ones who are sending the Jamato. So why?
I don't know.
The thing that's also boggling me is that it seems like the other like staff members of the DGP don't know that the game master is doing it. Like I feel like Samuri's had some lines here and there that kind of implies that she's kind of just like an employee.
Yeah, she definitely is. she's like a real. It's weird because it's like she's a real person, and now she's just forced to go along with Ace's wish. So it's like
it's very funny that they're conspiring to just get Geats out of the game, and Buffa this episode was like, "Hey, wait a minute, you guys."
No,
are fucking cheating.
love that. I love that. He's like, "Why the fuck are you guys doing that?"
And the next time preview, there's like a line where I think Punk Jack and Simmery try to convince Buffa to leave with them and like leave Ace behind.
No,
Buffa
Buffa's a hater. Buffa's a hater, but like he wants to be like.
He's a hater with honor.
Yeah, he's got Korag over here. No, like, what was I gonna say? I think it's mostly. Sumeri seems like very. I don't want to say she seems against it. She does seem like she's down for Ace getting out, but I don't think she wants him to like
die.
Yeah, die. It seems like because the Game Master was the one who was like, all right, Punk Jack, you're going to do this. And I think Sumeri to me kind of reads as like, she's not like trying to stop it, but it's also kind of like, well, what can she do to stop it? Because it's like, it's just her job, you know? Like, she's not like able to go, hey, you can't do this. Like, the Game Master makes the rules. But, you know, it also is technically against the rules that he's like forcing him to go. Not forcing him, but he's like trying to sabotage him. I had something else I wanted to say.
I was thinking about fucking Kamen Rider Old Man Jenkins. Him and Letter, for some reason they wanted them to just have these brutal scenes. Bro, I winced a little bit when the Yamato Rider just kind of held him by the neck and the other monsters just like slashed him. Oh.
Speaking of them, I'm
a
big fan of Yamato Riders.
Did he lose? Because like he got knocked out of his transformation, but it was just like, oh, he didn't lose from that.
He's just built different.
Old man is built there. He's the real secondary rider. Let's go.
For real.
Which also, I feel like I might have talked about it last week, but I might have not. I talked about, because of the Ryuki movie, the Ryuki Geats movie, that like, oh, if Tycoon's in the movie, that means Tycoon has to come back sometimes then, like within like the next couple of episodes. I got my answer. He's coming this week. He's here. I don't know how. My big question is just how. Like, sure, he can touch in like someone's ID card and be like, I remember everything now. But like, he's gonna have to need his ID cord back.
It's gonna be funny if it's like you can just put on someone else's driver and you get your ID cord back. That'd be kind of.
Someone had a theory. I forgot who I talked to. It might have been Peter or Chris.
Shout out Chris.
Chris. That maybe it's like, maybe they bring the DGP, Ghirori, and then Sumeri, I don't know the Game Master's name, and Sumeri, like try to recruit Kawa to try and take down Ace. Of like, hey, like when you actually put your mind to it, you're actually a pretty good player. What if we put you in, and then you take Ace out? And then maybe Kawa's just like, okay, and then he's like, hey Ace, they're trying to conspire against you.
I could see it. I don't know, because like it's like you said, how does he get the ID cord back? That's the one question. Because it's like, all right, I can buy him also, getting Ninja from a box, right? If
there's also like if even retired Rider Corps go to the Yamato farmer dude, the Yamato farmer.
What's his name? It's like Archimedo or something.
Like including, because like the Pans was there, so wouldn't Tycoons be there? Maybe that was just an error. Maybe an intern dropped that on the set and they forgot to pick it back up.
I sort of wonder if it's like what you said like a while back of the whole, if you're in the Final Four, you're able to just come back, you know?
Yeah.
Because if his ID core isn't there, then obviously like
it's starting. I'm starting to get into the part of the Yuya Takahashi show where I'm asking my questions and I don't think I'm gonna get an answer.
I think
I think if it is that case, if my rule thing was right, and he does just kind of keep the Final Four as ID cores, then why didn't he choose to bring either of those two back? Why is it only Geats and Buffa? What is the decision making process?
I think I was I don't know if we said it on here. I was talking
like
with
that's
Noel about
that's kind of what I'm fearful of, because like X8 kind of had that twist of just like, well, why is Emu special? How come everyone else needed a surgery? Why is Emu special? Because he got sent anthrax as a kid. It's just all these special like how come Masamune can become a writer? Because he also had anthrax as a kid or as a young adult or something. It's just like dumb shit like that. And I'm scared that the twist for the Game Master is gonna be like, well, I chose Geats and Buffa every time because they have like a special gene in their DNA.
I think in this case about the ID core, I think it's got to be as simple as it's just simple as wait and see what they say next week.
And also, I don't know what account this was from. It's one of them like the usual like weird leak accounts.
Yeah.
But someone said like, oh, in quarter 2 or 3 of Geats, we're gonna find out that like the Desire Grand Prix hates Ace and his mom because they have special time powers or some shit. I was like, please don't let it be that. Please don't let it be that.
There was some other synopsis I read, but I forget what it was. It's from like that Ben. It was from that account that's like Ben, but it's a bunch of numbers. I forget. I don't remember off the top of my head. What was it?
Carter leaks are funny.
Oh, right. I wanted to talk about the Yamato Riders. What do you think of them? I think they're sick.
I like the designs. I really like how monstrous they look despite being riders. I like the one eye. I really like the asymmetry of the helmets. I also kind of like how they designed the helmets to kind of fit like the actual Yamato Rider's head shape instead of just like putting a normal like looking helmet.
Yeah, they kind of look like who's that guy from the Amazons movie? Was it
Neo Omega thing?
Neo Alpha? It was Neo Alpha. I think that looks like the same helmet, like shape, I believe. But more so, you want to know what I want? I don't know if they'll do it, but you want to know what I want to see? So have you seen Gridman, the anime?
I've seen the first 2 episodes.
Okay. Well, you probably know this guy. Do you know the Grid Knight guy, Auntie?
Yeah.
So you know how like before he was Grid Knight, he was like this monster, right? Like he became Grid Knight because he was a monster.
Oh, so you want like a Yamato dude to become part of the main cast?
No, like not like that. But so like So Auntie's thing was like he would evolve whenever Gridman would evolve. So like Gridman goes into like his form with the big arms. Auntie would like change, not like change to get big arms, but he'd get something to answer that, right? So it'd be kind of cool if there was just one Yamato rider that just kept getting new shit in like a similar way to like combat these guys. I don't know. I feel like that'd be kind of neat.
That'd be funny if like because I know at a certain point it'd be like, man, the Yamato rider got an upgrade, but not Nago. I know I feel like it's gonna end up like that somehow.
Why'd this guy get 2 premium Bandai releases?
I can't believe that. Is this our first premium Bandai release?
I believe so. And it's our second buckle with electronics, I believe.
Very, very, very cool. That's our little momo. 11 episodes in compared to Revice's 6.
Was it actually 6 at this point?
I remember Demons debuting in episode 6.
Okay, Demons was episode 6. And then you had all his stamps, which was run the release. And then you would have...
So far, I'm so glad. A majority of the things that are in Geats right now, you can go out to your store if you're in Japan, not if you're us.
And we finally know where to get the Tycoon ID core. It is a Christmas thing.
That's it. Actually, you know what? It's we had to come across this eventually. Probably we're gonna bring it up again in December, but like that Christmas episode be coming up, man.
Oh God. Can we not believe in the Christmas curse on this podcast?
I don't believe in it. And I'll say it right here. Just because it happens in Yu Yu Takahashi shows, which perfectly means
didn't
that
even
it can
happen in 01.
Yes, it did. Didn't Hiropi die on the Christmas episode?
I don't think he did.
I remember him dying like around that time, like episode 15 or so.
Yeah, but it's like, who cares about Hirobi?
Facts. Yeah, fuck that guy.
No, because like they can never replicate that Kiryu death. Because that Kiryu death
exactly. That was first magic. That was the first time.
It was so special. They didn't even attempt to do it during build. They didn't. The closest you could say was the reveal that Master was not Master. What's
the writer fandom is so wishy-washy of just like, oh no, people are gonna start dying in Christmas. Fucking build happens. Bad things will happen during Christmas. I don't even remember anything bad happening during Zio.
Well, you
for
know,
their Christmas episode.
Revisionist history will tell you that the whole show is the bad thing, but you know.
And then 01 came up and he was like, the terrorist died.
He's so hot. Fuck you. He's a terrorist.
And then Saber was just like, oh, traitor. Let's see where this goes.
Oh no, the hot girl told us he was a traitor.
And now, honestly, even though it barely happened, basically the Christmas curse is just Christmas curse is just the fandom saying, "Oh, we think this one character that the show doesn't seem to care about is gonna die."
Now, I don't think
being a Hiromi fan last year.
Oh my god! I remember that.
It was the most annoying time.
It was like every week. It was like this week.
Hiromi's gonna die.
Guys, look at his death flags he's putting up. Shut up.
Shut up. The writer fandom has always made me hate certain phrases. And death flags are like near the top of like my most hated phrase. It's like death flags, and it's just the character got knocked out of their transformation.
I mean, in Geats' case, I would buy. I would accept that as a death flag, considering what happened to Letter. Man, that girl got cooked.
She really did. Honestly, I don't really think anyone's gonna die during Christmas. The only person I could see possibly being up for death is maybe Punk Jack.
I would hope so.
But like they just kind of put him up as like the fifth main writer, so like I don't really see him leaving that quickly.
I don't know. I think in this season specific case, I do believe I'm not saying I believe in the Christmas curse, but like I could see it happening in this season. You get what I mean?
Another thing for me though is like, if this is truly something like different from every other writer, I feel like specifically Takahashi would try to avoid that this time.
True, he'll revive
either that or
Christmas.
Either that or actually use the Christmas death to like do something interesting, maybe of like, whoever died on Christmas, we actually see their point of view of what happens after you get the mission failed. And we can explore some stuff.
That'd be cool, actually. I'd be down.
But, I think by far the worst of it is, I forgot who tweeted this, but I remember, I quote tweeted it a while back. Someone put out it was an Icon. I always specifically remember if it's Icon saying dumb shit.
Sorry, Icon.
We love you, Icon. Sometimes. But, it was like a tweet saying, "Oh my god, guys, Yu Takahashi is planning something." And it was a picture of the fucking seasonal promotional yearly, the thing they do every year, the little Christmas cake. When they put the cake toppers of the current season, and it was like the Geats one that they showed off this year, and someone was like, "Oh my god, guys, Yu Takahashi season Christmas. Oh no, guys, someone is gonna die." And it's just like, they do this every year, no matter what. They did it for 01. They did it for X8 build. Every Reiwa season. That doesn't mean anything. It's a Christmas cake promotional. Yeah. I swear to God. Writer fans hear the word Christmas and they swear on God something's about to happen.
I hate when I'm laughing and the Discord thing doesn't... Like I'm still laughing, but Discord just refuses to recognize it. So it's like I laugh for a second and then it cuts out. I hate it. Yeah, it's like, And then I'm still laughing, and it's like, ah! Oh, my God. The writer fans are something else.
Writer fans are something else. I am... But yeah, I honestly, even though, like, this season has kind of put an emphasis on, like, anyone can go, really, like, no one's really special, aside from Ace, but, like, no one's really special. I don't really see any of the main four, like, dying.
You could maybe make me an argument for Buffa, and maybe Tycoon a little bit, but Tycoon's already been, I felt like, put through the ringer enough at this point. Not saying, like, him getting his ass beat was so bad, but, like, I don't think they would do it so soon after he's been gone for a couple episodes.
Yeah.
I don't think, especially with Command coming up, as we saw, or Kinsey, I guess, rather.
My thing is, I feel like the first 10 episodes kind of set up, like, maybe a format, possibly, of each arc is a round of the Grand Prix. Mm-hmm. So that makes me wonder if they're kind of gonna, like, forego, like, the thirds of, like, splitting a season into thirds, and each third is an arc, of just, like, having an arc whenever it's convenient. Like, sure, maybe the first arc was 10 episodes, but, like, honestly, I can see this round being over in, like, the next 3. Like,
100%, especially that, like, we know Command is coming out, like, next month-ish. Like, probably by the end of the month, I want to say. Like, we already have Fever. So I think, and we already know we're getting a new rider in January, so I feel like I would expect this round to be over, and then we get the new round with the new rider. So I think you're right. I think maybe by the end of December, this round will already be over. Because how the first round was like what, 9 episodes, or was it like, it was more like 8, if anything.
9, like 8 or 9 episodes with a starting roster of like 8 guys.
And then, you know, that gets dwindled down.
And now we have, like, it started off as like 6 and then down to 5, and then I guess KO's gonna make it 6 again, but the old man might die, so it's 5.
Yeah. So I don't know. I could see this. I think that I don't know how long this round will last. I really don't, because it's like, I do agree on the fact that it could be shorter, but I could also see it just going till the end of December. Not saying I think it'll end like next week or in 2 weeks, you know. But I could see this going till, like, what episode is this?
11.
So I think probably maybe 16, 17. I'm not sure how the weeks work out, but I think that is a possibility that it'll probably be shorter. Because I think the reason it would be short. What did I just say? Shorter. Because we already have the setup for everything. We already understand how everything works. Now it's just unraveling the pieces and getting to, like, what the actual, air quotes, plot of this show is, you know? Mm-hmm. That was really long. I didn't realize.
Let me ask you a topic switcher question then.
Good too.
What do you think is the possible reason behind the reveal of the limitations of the Grand Prix? The one wish Ace can't put down. He cannot wish for his mom.
Honestly, I think it's either she's got something to do with the Grand Prix, or maybe there's some sort of, like, bullshit of, like, maybe there's some sort of bullshit.
The Desire
with the
Grand
wish
Prix
itself.
cannot locate your mom. Your mom's in another dimension.
I wonder. I wasn't gonna go that direction, but that's a possibility. I was more gonna go with maybe it's just like...
I said that based off a thing I said, like, as a live reaction during watching this episode. I'm just like, sure, the Majamato like manufactured, and like it feels like the game master kind of asks for certain monsters or bosses for the writers to fight, and then he's casually like, oh yeah, the Jamato have created a pocket dimension which you are, like, trapped in. And he's like, they can do that?
Yeah, they just got Fortnite.
They can create pocket dimensions?
They actually did get dropped in, like, Fortnite. That was funny.
Oh my god, they did. They landed.
What was I gonna say?
They create pocket dimensions. They can create their own rider tech. Honestly, I feel like maybe the way they might prolong this arc is kind of having the mystery of for the writers of just like, wait, is the Desire Grand Prix rigged? Because I feel like this should. I feel like this should be when they start to question things, of like, hey, how come we're never really told about certain things? But how come the Grand Prix always has solutions that perfectly match the situation, like a new item, or so and so, or like why do the Jamato writers have Grand Prix text or Grand Prix?
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say I'm kind of a fraud, but I don't remember exactly. But like, I don't think Sumeri was Sumeri surprised that they had belts? Did they even show what her reaction was?
I don't remember her really showing it. But it's I definitely think Sumeri is out of the loop. Like, again, I think she's just an employee. Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff she doesn't seem to know. Like even like those scenes where it's just like her and the game master, where like she wouldn't have to act. She's still like, oh, we've located the final boss. But like, if they've been orchestrating things, then the game master would know where it is. So Sumeri wouldn't have to tell him that. So that makes me believe that she's still like kind of a part of the illusion and stuff.
Going back on his mom, though, I do think there's a possibility of, what did I say? Did I say she was what was the first one I said? I think I said she might be a part of the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And then I think it could also be like, oh, this is my big one. I think it could be something like they need 8, like the higher-ups, not the Game Master. Because the Game Master just seems like he's just the admin for this, but he's like, doing his own thing. I feel like it could be a thing of like the higher ups are the one who like want to keep Ace in, so they keep making it so he can't make his wish. I think that could be a possibility. Like as soon as he gets his mom back, maybe he doesn't participate anymore.
Wait, maybe that like if there is like a higher up like a desire council or some shit.
Yeah,
like maybe that's why the game master would be like, wait, I didn't order for this, I didn't ask for this to happen. And maybe that could be because the council could have asked to just like try to stop him from getting Geats out.
Yeah. What was the other thing I was going to
say? I also, what was I thinking about? You saying that has kind of made me think about like, wait, if he's just an admin, implying that there could be multiple. Is there like different Grand Prix for different countries?
Imagine
Desired Grand Prix of America.
No, because like that would be kind of interesting because we know the January rider is supposed to be like another fox, I believe, or something, or it's like a wolf or something. So like I could see something weird, like going with the whole idea. Oh, there's other Grand Prix. Like if this guy is supposed to have like a card system, I could totally see something where it's like. He's from a different branch of the Grand Prix where they use completely different stuff,
Oh, that's actually something that I think it's not something Ryder's been exactly missing for a bit, because like how much you care about it is here or there, but like sometimes when the season has like the secondary gimmick, like a Mirai watch or the signal bike,
or even like I don't want to say the squish jellies weren't really. They were just the same track, so I guess they don't really count.
Damn, what was...
I like when they do that. I kind of like...
secondary gimmicks are fun. It'd be cool if like different Desire Grand Prix had different gimmicks and whatnot.
Now, admittedly, usually they release like 1 or 2 and they're done, but like... But I sort of get it, because it's like you don't want people collecting 2 different things, so I kind of understand. But admittedly... You think about it with this season, they already kind of have 2 different gimmicks. They have the bigger buckles, and then they have the smaller ones. So, I mean... No.
The thing I said earlier about, like, oh, maybe this arc is going to be about them finding out the Grand Prix is a scam or something, like it's rigged. That leads me to the worry that I've heard so many people talk about before, like, the show even began, of, like, I don't want them to get to, like, episode 20... and the status quo has changed entirely, and they're not even a part of the Grand Prix anymore, and there's no Royale, and they just call off the game or they leave. Which I feel like that could be a result of it, but I feel like it'd be more interesting maybe if like they find out the game is rigged, but they choose to stay to figure out how to like take it down or something.
Exactly. That's what I think I've been saying something like that. I don't think I could see a world. I can definitely see a world where like that's the option where maybe by episode 20 we'll be out of the Grand Prix, but I could see definitely I don't maybe think that'll happen, but I could see definitely after like the 25s will be after the Grand Prix, because like I think you do at some point have to shake up the status quo of the show, especially when it is something, I don't want to call it repetitive, but like if we're gonna have to go through the same process of like all right, here everyone's back in the Grand Prix, here's some extra guys that'll die in an episode or two, and then we have the main cast again, that would be kind of repetitive. But at the same time, if the characters are different, if the
what I want to see,
characters are different,
what I want to see, Yu Takahashi, like I said a lot of the time on the show. So Geats has felt like Takahashi's been recycling a lot of his past ideas, but like either tackling them from a different angle or like kind of elaborating on them more. Like even hell, Command from whatever leaks looks like some weird version of the Mighty Brothers. But my thing is I kind of want to see Takahashi kind of retackle the idea of the main writer kind of being the main antagonist for a bit, and it's kind of an everyone versus him deal. So let's say like they do try to bring down the Grand Prix and they leave by like episode 20 and there's no more Grand Prix or something like that. And I think it'd be interesting if like maybe it could be a certain character like Buffa or something, but more specifically Ace was like the only person trying to bring it back, because like they're the only people that can grant my wish. I'm gonna make them do it or something like that. I'm gonna get the Grand Prix back.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, no, that's stupid.
Ace, you gotta stop.
I want to see a whole everyone versus Ace thing, because I know Ace is probably definitely skilled to take on a couple people at once.
Especially if he breaks out Fever. Just
Fever. I wanted to mention that I really do like Fever. I did not like it. I did not like it from the scans. And the scans just like, it's just a scarf. That's kind of boring. But like the more I thought about it, it's like it's the Geats is a video game season, no matter what people want to say or feel about it. And that means Fever is the bullshit gambling mechanic, and I am so here for it.
He's got that mystery box.
I love it so much, and I like that it's like, Ace is lucky and got the golden fever and got the double boost, and he used a DMC motorcycle finisher and did the Akira slide.
I love this. Is a side note. I saw this isn't like a Kamen Rider problem, but I've seen some tweets like after I saw that like that scene came out. I saw some people who were like, "Why is the only Akira reference people do the bike slide?" And, like, not that I've seen Akira, but like I don't know. It's just kind of funny that like that reference has gotten to a point where people are like, "I hate seeing this."
No more. Down with it.
No more bike slide. Nah,
it's just like, I'm just grateful the Kamen Rider is riding the bike, goddammit.
Facts! Even if it looks like a fucking PS3 cutscene. Nah, it's more like a PS2, honestly. I know honestly, I hate when people say a PS2 cutscene, but it is.
The thing you said earlier about, like, if they just had a Yamato rider that constantly upgraded, I feel like that might be where they're going, of, like, the cliffhanger of this episode.
Yeah, I could see
they're it. Like, they just kind of took the buckle back after being defeated.
He gets boost after this. Actually, this is a side note. I like how their thing is boost. Their thing is flipped. They have
Oh yeah, they use the other side.
Yeah, they get top armor. Top armor. That's a weird sentence. Top armor. What else?
I can't. I hope I can't wait for the Yamato final form.
Just covered in vines. It's fucking Helheim.
Yeah. Wild Vine from Ben 10.
What was I gonna? Ah, true. They are like Wild Vine. No, I love Fever. It's cool that it's like equal to it's equal to the Yamato Rider. I think that's cool.
I kind of just wonder how this is gonna end this week, because sure Tycoon's gonna come in but like the main goal is that they just have to escape. But also, I guess they're conspiring to try and leave Ace behind. There's a lot going on.
The fact that this specific mission is taking 2 episodes is a little bit interesting, because I feel like not necessarily because every other mission in the last one took like two weeks, I want to say.
Yeah.
Aside from the final round, but that makes sense. So I wonder if it's going to be a similar case. But even the first round of this one only lasted 1 episode, and I think the first round of the last one didn't last. I think it lasted 2 episodes, right? I feel like it did. I don't remember. I might look back after we get done, or not after we get done, but next week. I'll try to remember and see. But yeah, I'm trying to think, is there anything else I wanted to say? I don't think there is.
I love Geats.
I love Geats. No, it was very, very good this week. Solid.
I hope it stays solid.
I hope it actually keeps this exact quality, because it was. Oh, by the way, this is a side note. This was a fucking evil Resident. Good one, Jacob. This was a Resident Evil reference if I've ever seen one. Like the mansion, fucking. They're hiding in the corners or whatever. Like, this is a whole ass Resident Evil reference. Honestly.
That is nice. And
I'm saying that like I'm a Resident Evil fan. I'm really not.
I don't know how to transition into our new topic now. It's gonna be reoccurring, because I have no idea what I watched.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just kind of put something on. I assumed it was the show I was supposed to watch.
We talked about it here and there on the podcast that we would like to have like maybe a reoccurring second topic that we could lean back on whenever we could. And that was Ultraman Nexus, in which me and Jacob have watched episode 1 of at crisp, high quality 480p.
Yes! The greatest definition known to mankind. A classic, I would say. 480p is iconic.
Like that, I could feel the age on it when I tuned it up at 480p, and I saw the clock in the corner. It was truly an experience. Jacob,
I don't know how you want me to answer this.
What did you think about Ultraman Nexus episode 1?
It wasn't. I'm gonna say this, but don't take it negatively. I'm not saying this negatively. It was a show that I watched. I don't know what maybe we should have watched like the first 2. We probably had the time to watch the first 2, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like, I just
we probably should have.
I just like the shock in my eyes when I was just kind of sitting there like tuning out every now and then mentally, and then I saw like a CGI slug monster like kind of slide across the screen. Like what year was this made? Like the CGI is
2006 maybe.
The CGI kind of it's not that bad. The CGI honestly not that bad for the time age.
Time age.
Time age for the
time age.
I really just be making up shit. For the time, for the age. I wanted to say 1, but I kind of just fused them together.
God.
One thing I can say for sure, because Ultraman never lets me down with this, the music was banging.
Yeah!
I don't know if I've said this before, but Ultraman Nexus might be one of my favorite tokusatsu openings of all time. The fucking Otoko Nara, whatever the hell it's called.
And now you can say you've watched it. So now it's like
I've never heard the ending song either, and I actually really liked it. Like
I was shocked how good that was.
It was a vibe. It was a vibe. I also
have to be the new opening for the podcast.
The setup is weird. Of just, this guy here. We have like a main character guy who's joining the military police team, and he like they're setting him up to be Ultraman or something, and then it's just this is the story of how I met Ultraman. And the Ultraman is just some other guy that like stands in the middle of nowhere. Because like, sure, I am all for stuff where it's just like, oh, clearly, this character that is not the titular title character is supposed to be the main focus. Because I heard stuff like, oh, Hibiki does that. Shout out Peter. Hibiki does that with like the little kid, and Hibiki's kind of more just like a story beat. No pun intended.
Haha.
But like, it's weird here because it's just like, sure, and like when I watched like the first 2 episodes of Hibiki, like Hibiki was there most of the time. It's not like it's like, oh, this guy who's actually the main character is just there the entire time doing his boring ass story, and then we get 2 seconds of Ultraman, and then it cuts back to the guy.
Can you put that screenshot I took of him looking at Ultraman?
It's honestly, there's a scene where I laughed my ass off. It was the scene. It was the scene in the beginning.
Him in the tunnel?
Yes! when they killed the slug monster and they look off at the end of the tunnel and it's just a black silhouette of a man standing there. Oh my god.
It cuts
Ultraman is like an eldritch shadow being. You know what's funny? For some reason, this is the funniest thing to me in this episode. Like, funnier than the Tunnel Man. Funnier than This Is How I Met Ultraman. The funniest thing in this entire episode for me is after what's his name, Kuman, the main character. Mm-hmm. After he meets that one girl who's like I don't know, interrogates him for 2 seconds and like leaves. He's like, "This is how I met my girlfriend," and I was like, "What? They're gonna date?" I was like, "You can't just tell me that. Where's the build-up?"
I love how it's like, "This is how I met Ultraman." 5 seconds later, "This is how I met my girlfriend."
It's just like, okay, cool, I guess.
Great guy. I guess you're him.
The pacing of I also feel like the pacing of this first episode is fucking all over the place.
No, cause 1 second he's like on a fucking helicopter or something with a rope, and then like not like I looked away. I was watching. I don't want to say intently watching, but like maybe a minute or two later, he's just getting abducted and like
it's just like
he's getting put in the back of a van.
I blink and he's like, I have to go take my exam for the military or something. And he's like, what? Then why does the military want me to meet me in the middle of the desert? And they just kind of pull up on him, abduct him for like a day, and then kind of just put him back and leave. And he's just like, cool, he's a part of the team now, I guess. And like, the funniest thing is like in the middle.
Team.
In the middle of his entire life story that they're showing us, it's just occasionally cutting to the random forest in the middle of nowhere with just the guy whose name we don't know. He's just Ultraman's host, I guess, and he's like,
I forget what his name is.
What are you doing to me, Ultraman? He doesn't say Ultraman. He's like, what are you doing to me? And like the little Ultraman toy glows like it's talking to him.
God.
And then all of a sudden the scientist dude is getting dragged in by the slug, and then it's like they wanted to have like some kind of artistic metaphor scene of like, oh, he's drowning, but then Ultraman reaches in his hand to save him. He's like, he doesn't even know this guy.
I was caught. Watched episode 2.
I was caught so off guard because like I don't know shit about Ultraman. All I know is that giant guy fights giant monster. That did not happen.
He just punches him.
He's a little monster. He was like, fuck it, I gotta kill this thing. Grows big.
I heard the fucking, because like the Nexus, not like it's ingrained in my head, but I've heard the Nexus transformation noise before. Like the little
Nexus.
I did not the TV bumper guy going Nexus.
I wasn't expecting that. I was like, whoa. Like,
I thought it was so funny.
I'm watching Nexus.
It sounded like the Desire Driver guy. Nexus. Whatever.
Like, great. I'm so, honestly, I'm so glad they put that there, because if they didn't, then, I would have forgot I was watching Ultraman Nexus. I don't even know what the fuck I was watching.
You don't gotta do this, but could you put in that soundbite somewhere, just so people know what we're talking about? Because it's so funny. You're watching this guy get eaten. Honestly, I don't remember what had happened. I just know it happened. But like, you're watching the scientist guy get eaten by the slug. Cut to commercial. Nexus.
I was just like, I was expecting to see a run-of-mill of like, oh, the slug goes big somehow, and then Ultraman Nexus.
I thought the slug was gonna go big, but he doesn't.
Ultraman just fucking decides to finish it. You just punch him.
He just.
The opening confuses me. Does Nexus have form changes? Because he seems like he has multiple.
He's got. So there's the base form that is Alphonse, I think, and then the red one is Junez, and then. Genius name. Are you ready for this one? You want to know what the blue form is called?
What?
Junez Blue.
Oh, immaculate. Expect nothing less of Nexus.
This is ultra. You know that scene. You know that thing in the Amazon's movie trailer where it's like, now this is Kamen Rider. This is Ultraman.
Hell yeah.
Actually, that's accurate.
Only an Ultraman.
This is a sequel to a movie, but the movie's not that important, I don't think.
I was saying, does the movie just tell us like the entire life story of Kumon, and then like at the very end, it's a scene of Ultraman?
No, guess what? It's just some other dude who's Ultraman.
Oh, God.
It's called Ultraman the Next, and he looks like the goofiest guy. Hold on, I'll send you a picture. The Next is kind of cool. Hang on, let me get a picture of it.
Oh wait, they did Ultraman the Next? Did they do it before Kamen Rider the Next?
I think. Oh my. Hang on. I'm gonna send you this picture of him. Hang on.
Can't believe Toei was always biting off their style. I'm waiting to see
Look
this.
at the picture.
Oh! I see how that inspired one of the looks designs from the show, because they have the silver with like the red thing in the middle, but like.
Yeah, the Next
is that like muscle fibers? Is like his chest?
Yeah, the Next is like the de-evolution of Nexus.
It's like if Ultraman was in Black Sun or something. Like what?
So basically, it's a little because I know.
Even the lips are more defined. His cheekbones.
So the little bit of backstory. So Nexus and the Next were a part of this thing called Project Yellow Eyes, and it was basically Subaraya trying to, I don't know if it was to reinvent or reinvigorate, but it was something like that for Ultraman for the new modern era, even though they just did that with like Tiga or what have you, right? But so basically the Next is a prequel, and like you don't need to watch it clearly, because they didn't bring anything up. They didn't say a word. They just said, hey, this is how I met Ultraman, and this is my girlfriend.
Honestly, I am the entire episode, I just kept blinking. I can tell you what happened because I watched it happen, but I couldn't tell you what they said. Aside from that quote at the end.
For some reason, the only thing that sticks out to me is him going, I've spent too long. I gotta go do my physical exam. He just leaves.
And it's just like, what is this guy even doing again? What's his name? Like, did he have a job before this? What is he doing?
And he was, I don't know who the girl he was talking to was like, you're always drawing lions, giraffes, but it's always as families. Like, what?
I also feel like they're setting up something with, like, the girl who's supposed to become his girlfriend. I'm not gonna learn her name now. That's kind of gonna be her name to me. Thanks to that line at the end. It's just fucking girlfriend girl.
We're gonna get cooked by my Ultraman friends for this podcast.
There's a line in the beginning where she's just like, the monster ate a human. Monsters will be monsters always. And I'm just like, they didn't really say they weren't the same. Like that was kind of an unnecessary lie. Like they didn't say nothing like that. Why'd you say that?
I don't. You wanna know how much I don't even remember her saying that. Here at College Boy Taisen, we really don't watch the show.
We watched the show. We just don't. We've kind of forgot. It
gotta go. It kind of goes in one ear, out the other.
We'll probably have something better next week when we've watched more of this show, and we can tell you the story of how that guy met Ultraman and his girlfriend soon to be.
Maybe we should watch like 2 episodes. I feel like this is like I need to watch 2 episodes to get it.
Well, we'll come back. We'll have more knowledge. We'll see the story of Kumon as he meets Ultraman.
What was I gonna? You want to know what sticks out to me? This is a total topic change. I don't know why this one sticks out to me, but so that scene, right? So there's that part with the bus with those guys like partying or whatever. Good for them.
Yeah.
But so then the bus gets stopped. For some reason, there's like a random. So they cut away from that. Then it cuts back and some guy's running off the bus and he gets eaten, right? But then so Kumon's following that weird tracker thing he got from that random guy. I don't know who it is, but it's a guy, and he's following it. He finds the bus. He goes on the bus. And just for some reason, a can just rolls towards him. He picks up the can and it just fizzes out black ooze for some reason. I don't know why it sticks out. I don't even think it's that funny, but it's just...
now that I think about it, the opening visuals are kind of a good representation of the show, because most of it is just shots of the military guys. And then, like, only for, like, one part of the chorus, you see the actual Ultraman guy. Then it cuts back to the fucking military guys again.
You remember, you know how there's, like, the I think this one anime guy, he does, like, what's in an opening? That, if I was doing those, if I was doing, like, an analysis of the Nexus opening, I'd bring that up. I'd be like, this is symbolism for how Ultraman isn't necessarily the focal point of this show. Not necessarily the focal point, the nexus of this show, if you will.
Honestly, that's the funny part too. If I had to sell this show to somebody, to recommend them just off the first episode, I'm just like, so you know Ultraman, right? You know, like you're here to watch a show about a guy who can become big. Yeah, it's not about him. It's about this random fucking kid, like who just joins the military team. He's not Ultraman. He doesn't even know Ultraman. He's just kind of there. Like I kind of do like that. Like I like the angle that Ultraman is being seen as like kind of like a superhero from the eyes of a civilian, like this weird being that comes in. Because I guess most Ultra shows is just we see them from the perspective of the Ultra, whatever the fuck and whatever they do. But it could be interesting. Like it could definitely be interesting. But it's just the fact that for it to be interesting to me. The civilian characters or the non-Ultraman characters that we're focusing on, they have to be interesting in some sort of way. And not to say that these guys aren't interesting, it's just all I know about them is that one of them will eventually become the guy's girlfriend.
And all I know about the guy is that he had a physical exam that he got abducted to go to.
I just don't know how to describe this show.
What do you think of Nexus's suit? I'm actually a big fan.
Did they show it off in the first episode? I just remember his fist.
Yes, it pans up and he's staring.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, never mind. You just reminded me entirely of the why I started dying at the very end. Like I usually really love like the effects for when the color timer runs out and there's they turn into sparkles and glitter dust or they fly away. He just kind of vanished like a ghost.
It does the little wobble, I don't know, it does a weird wipe or something. I thought that was funny too.
And Kumon's was that real?
Was that reality?
Was I dreaming? Was I dreaming about a big man? I do like the Mebius suit. it's very like I don't know. It's hard for me to rate Ultraman suits. Luckily I am not of the annoying, in my opinion, opinion that they all look the same.
I don't get me started.
But like... I think this definitely like it has certain bits that if I were to look at them compared to like another Ultra, to be like, oh yeah, no, I can tell that's Nexus. Like there's little bits. Like I kind of like how round and thick the eyes, or like the lines in the eyes are. Kind of have like a certain feel to them. I like the shape of the head. It seems like it's kind of got like a helmet kind of got thing going on, like a Darth Vader shit helmet.
It reminds me of a fish. I don't know why. Not like his head, but he just kind of reminds me of a fish.
And I know a lot of Ultraman suits use the color red. It's basically like the brand color.
Yeah.
For this series, but I really like how the suit like uses red, and I think it spreads it out in a it's different enough, but it uses it sparingly, and I think that makes it more impactful.
No, I actually really like Base Nexus. That was a voice crack. I don't know if you heard that. There was a little voice crack.
I do like the idea of like a monochrome Ultraman.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just a fan. I like his little. I like the little device. It's like a thruster. I think it's like the Evo thruster or something. I think he has a gun too, but I don't think we see the gun yet. That's a spoiler.
I don't know, man.
The Nexus gun debut.
I'm probably gonna forget about it when I get there and be like, oh shit, he has a gun.
Ah shit. What was Jacob talking about? I don't even know how to like...
I don't even know what the main guy's name is. He's just Ultraman Nexus.
Koman. I don't know.
No, not Koman. The other guy. The guy who's Ultraman.
I don't know. It's probably... I don't know. It's not... I was going to say it's probably Daigo, but that's Tiga, and people would be like, no, that's not funny. Admittedly, though, you know, we've said some things on here that I thought would get people to, like, talk about the podcast. It doesn't work.
His name is Kengo. His name is fucking Kana, for all I care.
Yeah, it's probably better. They're probably better characters than him. See, that'll get a rise out of people if I just start insulting Nexus.
That'll get a rise, Ultraman rise.
Yay! Good one.
Yeah. You know, speaking of rise, we didn't even see one this episode.
No, there was that little ball.
He just went big mode and punched the thing.
He was like boing. I love that sound. It's just.
I guess also
like a flower opening.
The beginning of the other mystery of what Ultraman is, because when they cut to the lab and they're like, "He's here, he's awakened."
Like, I don't even remember that.
I swear they had it.
You could be making that up, and I would believe you.
You know, my favorite part of the actual episode is when Nexus does actually talk to the guy. And he's like, "I Nexused all over that man."
How much do I have to pay you to never like make one of those jokes again?
That joke has as long outlived its expiration date.
I don't know if you're some other people, you'll just beat that thing into the ground. Not naming names, of course, but if you know, you know.
He Ultramaned all over his Nexus.
Ultraman M. Bias.
Ultraman Nekusi.
No, you.
Yeah, you see, now I'm starting to bullshit, because I don't know what the fuck happened in this episode.
I don't know. He was fucking talking about the time of awakening, and I just saw an opportunity to make a joke on Twitter.
Viewers, Chris, if you want my thoughts on Ultraman Nexus Episode 1, if you want my thoughts on Ultraman Nexus Episode 1, my general, my thoughts is that shit happened, Ultraman was there at the end.
This guy's getting a girlfriend. That's more I can say for me and Chris. Why was he calling me? Not Chris, some other guy.
It would have been so funny if it was Chris.
Chris just calls me. I know you were talking about me not having a girlfriend.
Obligatory Chris phone call now.
I was going to say something else about Chris and girlfriends, but I think he'd get mad at me if I said it.
Yeah, Chris actually listens to the show. We can't make too much fun of him. But
oh man,
I feel like we might have reached our limit.
I don't know. How about?
I don't know what else to talk about. The show is like so.
We
cryptic.
should have watched 2 episodes.
We should have watched 2 episodes. I will say now that we've only started on episode 1, this gives the viewer ample chance to maybe
the show with
you can follow along with us. You can. I was gonna say suffer with us. That might have been too hard. You can sit along with us along this journey week to week as we watch Ultraman Nexus.
You can do my favorite joke, which is believe in Nexus with us, because I think that joke is hilarious.
Believe in Nexus. Put your heart into hyperdrive.
Do something Ayusha or whatever it is. I don't know. That was terrible. Why did I say that?
If you're a man, you'll stand up to be strong for somebody. I don't know.
What the fuck is that one from?
That's the translated chorus of the opening.
Mine didn't have the translated lyrics. Oh man.
Man, I still don't think I'll ever feel bad about Ultraman music. Like I really love a lot of the tracks from this franchise.
I might just listen to it after we get done.
No, that ending song's such a vibe.
I gotta listen to the ending again. That ending was fire.
It was great. It was like really good. Inside my heart is a sun, the Taiyom. Yeah.
Ultraman, larger than life. I don't know what else to talk about now.
The Gut Select needs you.
Gut Select needs your
Is Guts even in this one? It's just the military guys.
It's the Night Raiders, dude. Come on.
Yeah. Man, what even is Ultraman without Guts? Even though the one I always say I watch does not have Guts.
Yeah, that doesn't even have an attack team.
Haha, because the only attack team is his pseudo sister that likes him. That's the one weird part of G.
Don't worry. I forgot about it, so it's fine.
Everyone forgot about his sister. Except for me. Well, actually, no, there's other weird part of G, but like, I don't
Didn't the sister get married to the guy? Not G. Didn't she get married to the
partner?
Yeah, didn't she get married to him?
I don't remember that.
I think so.
Was it in the movie?
No, like outside of the show. I think they got married.
Oh yeah!
They're in an episode of Saber.
Oh, I thought you meant like in the show the characters got married.
No,
I was like, I don't remember that. Yeah, no, they did show up as a married couple in Saber.
They had their baby with them. That was cute.
Yeah, I think some of the Saber cast did like Ultraman poses. It was cute.
Oh yeah, this Kumon got whatever his name is. I don't know.
Coomer.
Coomer? Ew. I'm just gonna call this guy Coomer anytime we're on here.
What's the name of the guy from Seinfeld?
Kramer. You thought his name was Coomer?
Kramer. That's the main character.
Do not. I don't know if Kramer has said some interesting things. I don't know. Actually, you actually probably don't know that. Do I even bring this up on the podcast? I kind of want to.
Are you a viewer? Are you a Seinfeld watcher, Jacob?
Okay, I have seen all of Seinfeld, but so like
all of Seinfeld.
I was bored. It was during quarantine. Give me a break.
Fair enough.
So I don't know why I'm saying this. It is a dumb anecdote. So Kramer's actor was doing stand-up one time. Mm-hmm. And it's not funny. It's not really that funny. But, like, he was getting heckled, right? So he just started... I can't even say it, because you're gonna, like, go, like, why are you laughing?
What do you say, Jacob?
He just started saying the N-word at the guy.
Wow. Like, I mean, shit, it probably don't work, I guess.
my god, it's like
that. Damn. I didn't expect this about Seinfeld, man.
About Coomer.
About Coomer, bro. I didn't expect this.
It's like what is it? What's the video called? It's like Kramer at the Laugh Factory or something. I forget. It was a while ago, but it is. He left the public. He left the public eye after, and it. It's. I feel terrible for bringing that up.
Kramer is out there somewhere. he's pondering.
We need to get like I hope somebody fucking clips that, because you're just going, what's the guy from Seinfeld? In relation to me, you going Coomer?
For the College Boy Tyson Thanksgiving special, we are thankful.
That might be the funniest thing from this podcast.
We're thankful for Seinfeld.
Are we? Are we after what I just told you?
We're thankful for Jerry Seinfeld. Not
no, actually no, he dated like a high schooler. He's
oh my god. What are we thankful? What are we? We're thankful for the two scenes Ultraman Nexus had in episode 1. We're thankful for a good ass ending song in Ultraman.
Facts. God, what is this fucking podcast? We're bullshitting enough.
We've been College Boy Tyson.
We've been College Boy Nexus.
We hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. You hope you're all thankful for Nexus. Believe in Nexus. Believe in Fox people that trick you. Rest in peace, JDF.
Shout out Nexus.
Shout out Nexus. Follow us on Tweetars.
At Ghially, the Elzer Eyes.
And that Guy Solg, the Guy Solg Impact.
The Guy Solg Impact. I like that. I like how we do each other's. I think that's cute.
And I will personally, I will try to put in the description of this special episode, and I'll probably do it if we have a JDF episode. I'm going to put some resources for mental health stuff. If you ever feel like you are in danger or worry or just in a bad spot, there is people out there that can help, and like we're all
College
here.
Boy Tyson.
Don't be afraid to reach out to professionals.
Yeah, actually we're not professionals. You're right. Reach out to Ballin.
Shout out to cognitive behavioral therapy.
No, wait, that means
the joke came back. We came full circle.
College Boy Tyson. It's been this episode.
So yeah, bye bye.
I don't. Goodbye, guy. I don't know. I just force that in there somewhere. God damn it! What an episode.